Nancy, Nancy, Nancy. I said Richard done sent Sam to check on her. Meanwhile, she's sleeping with the person responsible for their divorce in the first place. I said, make it make sense, Nancy. I said at this point, she know exactly what she doing, drunk or not. But yeah, hey y'all, welcome back to another review with Life with Chester for Tyler Perry's The Oval Season 6, Episode 2. Okay, y'all. So first things first, let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Look, I said Now I know they showed on the trailer Sam going into some house, and I was wondering what's that him because I was saying I didn't see him on the trailer, but then I went back and seen somebody bursting into the house. But then I also seen a part of the trailer where Nancy was in bed with somebody and somebody was walking in. I thought that was gonna be Richard. I thought Richard was the one that was gonna walk in on her. Look, I was not. I said, is that his daddy? I said, that should have been Richard, because I clear house. Now I know some people was uploading the clip where Nancy and Richard was fighting or whatever. Dale and what's her name, Sharon, was trying to break it up, and I was like, what led them to be fighting? Now I see this gotta be it, right? This gots to be it. But okay, y'all, on tonight's episode, we're going to start with Eli now. So they still in the office or whatever. And I said, y'all got to be for real. I was with Donna on this. Because why is y'all over here talking about who's sleeping with who? Especially when you know you sleeping with somebody, too. Now, I don't think you should do that whole tit for tat stuff like Simone over here trying to do. Then Eli over here hitting the desk and stuff. I said, ooh, he upset. He hitting the desk. I thought about that scene. What was it from? Love and Hip Hop or something? It was going around Facebook, Instagram, or whatever, when I know it was Kate Michelle right there, and she's like, she's shaking the table or something like that. I said, he hitting the desk. I said, he hitting the desk. He's upset. He's highly upset. I said, nuh-uh. He talking about, forget all that. I want to know right now, Sam, what are you talking about? Sam over here on hush mode. Bobby over here denying it. Simone over here denying it. She talking about, he don't know what he talking about. She was like, I used to have so much respect. I said, look, they show you people will play in your face. She like, what she said? I wouldn't sleep with him any more than you would sleep with Victoria. I said, there your answer. I said, there go your answer. Then Victoria over here trying to score points and stuff. She's showing him a video of Simone and Bobby going into the room together. Then she telling him that she smelled Simone on Bobby. That's a snitch. But yeah, Eli was saying how he wants answers. He started asking Sam, is it true or whatever? He just questioning them or whatever. And they not saying nothing. They not upset. They not saying, I about to say they upset. They not saying anything. I said, nah, he mad. But he ends up asking Bobby if he's sleeping with his wife or whatever. So, he was like, no, I'm not, and all this stuff. And he was like, well, what is Sam talking about? So then, what did Sam say? I remember now. He was like, ask Bobby or whatever. So that's when he asked him or whatever. So then Priscilla interrupted and she was like, no, that's not true. I want to know real fast, and we're going to come back to that if I don't forget. Why didn't Bobby say that him and Priscilla wasn't sleeping together? Because then when they went upstairs, they went to a hotel or something, right? And she was like, she couldn't do it. Ain't that what happened? I don't think they ever slept together, did they? But yeah, Bobby denied it, and that's when Priscilla was like, no, Sam just upset because they having problems or whatever. So, and Victoria over here, she's like, she just enjoying it. But yeah, Priscilla was like, Sam just said that because, they having problems and all that. So they ended up, I think Donald had came in or whatever, and he ends up asking them to step out. And then they stepped out or whatever, and Max ends up telling Bobby he told him. I said, exactly. He kept telling then. Right before he told him, this man gonna go in the doggone office and sleep with her again. I said, these folks bold. These folks real bold. I was thinking that, I had already seen a synopsis that said that Victoria's supposed to been showed Eli a video just basically proving that Simone was lying or whatever. But I was expecting she had put a camera in there or something like that, or had a camera, because didn't Hunter have cameras installed? I could have sworn he had cameras installed. Or was that just downstairs in the bunker or whatever? Because he was watching from, I don't know if it was a laptop or something. Wasn't he watching last season from something? I don't know. But yeah, when Priscilla was talking about the doggone, she want to go up there, I was assuming he had already seen her in the office with these folks and everything. Because after she left, and I didn't write that part down, after she left, he was just looking. He made a face like he knows she was up to no good. But Priscilla ends up saying, she ends up telling Donna that she wants to go up there and talk to Hunter. And I said, all right, you gonna get enough by playing with these crazy folks. You see they don't care. You see they don't care. But yeah, she ends up telling Donald that or whatever. Simone ends up saying she wanted to know. She was talking to Bobby. She told him to come in the office or whatever. So he went. They locked the door, and I already knew. Once they locked that door, I knew. But she ends up basically asking him if he told Sam. He was like, no, he doesn't know or whatever. He basically was assuming or whatever, trying to get Bobby to tell on himself. Then she ends up asking him about Priscilla, talking about, so you was sleeping with Priscilla or whatever and all this stuff. And that's why I was like, okay, why wouldn't he say they didn't sleep together or something? Then when they got done sleeping together again, she was like, you're not going to sleep with Priscilla no more, basically saying Bobby is hers. And I said, all right, all y'all playing a dangerous game. Y'all going to learn the hard way. So then as she got done questioning him or whatever, she talking about some doggone lock the door. Did you lock the door or whatever? He's like, yeah, he locked the door. He knew what he was doing. He should have listened to Max because he done got busted already. Then when she told him, she was like, unzip my dress or whatever. And then they start taking off each other's clothes and stuff. And they start sleeping together. And I said, oh, y'all both. And I thought that they was going to show the camera or something like that. And that's how Victoria was going to get the footage or whatever. But no, it was out in the hallway. And somebody got cameras. Somebody got some doggone cameras around here. But yeah, I think they ended up calling Hunter or whatever, and Priscilla ends up saying she want to come up there to talk to him and all this stuff. He ends up telling her to come along. Sam ends up getting escorted out because he was like, Priscilla, you're not going nowhere or whatever. He was like, it's too dangerous. So Donald tells Alonzo and what's this man's name? I always forget his name. The dude that over here want to be peaked so bad. Alonzo be wanting to be peaked too. The dude that's supposed to be died in the doggone car. In the car. Who died in the car? It was somebody I think Sam had, right? Yeah, this man's supposed to be out of there under the water. He ended up making. Ain't that the same one? What's his name? Nah, I forgot his name. But yeah, he think he bad. But yeah, ends up asking them to escort Sam out. I thought Sam was gonna end up overpowering them or something. No. Dale ends up checking on Nancy, asking if she's okay. So then she just pulled out the liquor, the alcohol, whatever it was, and she was like, what's this or whatever. So she started drinking it, and then he ends up mixing her drinking. They both just drinking it or whatever. But they ended up showing Sam getting escorted all the way to his car, and that's when Richard came. Richard came or whatever and told that he had to leave. And that's when Richard ends up telling Sam Hunter was flirting with Priscilla, basically revealing that he knew that she was going to go up there to talk to Hunter. So he ends up saying, Hunter was flirting with Priscilla and she was flirting back, but just to get information or whatever. But he's still worried and concerned or whatever. And that's why I was like, okay, if y'all going to work things out, come on now, this season, they need to, if they going to stick together, to stick together, because y'all going to need each other, because all these folks can't be trusted. Nobody can be trusted in this doggone White House. But yeah, Sam ends up asking Richard to stay because of Priscilla and let him know, if anything happened or whatever. I said, what you gonna do? And what you gonna do? Get beat up again? I said, what you gonna do, Sam? What is you gonna do, sir? But yeah, so then Richard ends up asking Sam to go by his house to check on Nancy because he asked her for a divorce and everything. She don't sit up here. I said, you making the situation worse. Remember how when he first what did he find out? I think he found out that Picky was her son. And that's what led him to be so mean to her and go out on a date with somebody else or whatever. Yeah, now she over here acting a fool again. First, she don't sit up here. She had a son or whatever. He was mad about that. He ended up forgiving her. Found out she had slept with his daddy. Did he end up forgiving her then? I want to say he was starting to forgive her. And she slipped up and said, she wanted him. He's the one that broke it off. It was more than one time. Now she up here in the bed. In they bed. Look like, was that they bed? Oh, no. What I tell y'all, these folks bold. They bold, told y'all. Then, the sicko over here, y'all knew I was coming with this, because he's still a sicko. And it was revealed, basically Priscilla said the same thing or whatever, see, you haven't changed. And she got up there, got distracted by him, and I said, you done failed already. I said, you done failed the mission already. I said, might as well turn around, you done failed. You sitting up here and talking about he going to jail, it's a jail cell, this and that. Hunter ain't gonna want you talking about his son like that. You don't think he listening? I said, why would you say that? I said, I understand, because he kept on. He kept on or whatever, and she tried to play it as cool as she could. Then she like, what about Gene? Gene this, Gene that. There's a jail cell with you. He over here talking about some clapping cheeks and stuff. I said, this man. I said, you should have been in the crazy place, in the mental institute somewhere. You should have been somewhere. But yeah, she started asking about Gene and mentioning Gene or whatever. He started talking about some, I don't know, whatever. Then he was saying his mama was responsible for that or something like that, trying to blame it on Victoria crazy stuff. But yeah, I said he still being sicko, talking about looking at Priscilla, talking about some, I'm not gonna look at my daddy. I want to look at you, talking about some, you gonna let him clap those cheeks? Oh my goodness. And I wrote down, I said Priscilla is getting distracted. I said you getting distracted by Jason, and I said she already done failed the mission. I said, you already done failed the doggone mission. Because you supposed to be going up there to talk to her. And I understand he was like an obstacle. Because he kept on and kept on. She kept trying to go. Then she turned around, came back in his face talking to him and everything. And I was like, yeah, you failed the mission. Then she done took her tail up in here and got in the bed with Hunter. She done made herself at home, done got real comfortable or whatever. You know what he said? Basically what they knew he was gonna try to do, sleep with her or whatever. Why? Well, I ain't gonna say that part yet. But yeah, she done got comfortable. She over here just flirting with him and just, I was like, I hope you know that if he do sleep with you, that's what he want, but he still ain't gonna trust you. He still ain't gonna trust you. I doubt he'll trust her. I feel like he already know what she up to. Who's to say he doesn't have cameras installed and seen her meeting up with them? But yeah, I was like, Priscilla, if you don't get out the bed with this man. But yeah, she ends up telling him she want to help him and just telling him all the reasons why she want to help him. And it's best he get up out of there and everything. He's saying how he's not leaving. I think on one of them episodes, probably, what is this going to be, 3? I think episode 3 is when he's going to agree to meet with Eli or whatever. And I think episode 4, she's still going to be trying to, it was either 3 or 4, because there was multiple episodes where it said Priscilla's going to be trying to get Hunter to leave the residence or whatever. What else? She gonna tell this man she's not having sex with him until all of this is over or whatever. What does she say? What else she said? Something crazy. And I was like, girl, I hope you playing. I hope you playing. Please don't sleep with this man. Ain't no telling. No, I ain't gonna say that. But yeah, she talking about some, cause he kept on talking about having sex or whatever. She was like, I'm not having sex with you until all of this is over or whatever. And I was like, girl. But after Bobby and Simone slept together or whatever, he ends up saying, he don't want to keep doing it. She's talking about, so you going to be available whenever I want you to be available. If I want it today, I'm going to get it today. If I want it tomorrow, I'm going to get it tomorrow. That ain't what she said, but basically what she said or whatever. And he's like, you don't own me or whatever. And I said, yes, you keep letting her do whatever she want or whatever. I said, come on now. And I had wrote down Where's Lily before they even showed the scene with Victoria, Eli, and Donald. And he was saying how she's fine. At first, I was like, wait a minute, where they going with this? I said, where is she? So Max tries again to talk to Bobby to see the error of his ways. The error in his ways. But nothing. He over here still talking about some, first he was like, he didn't do nothing or something he said. And I was like, dude, I think Max was the first one to say he smelled her or something like that on him. And he over here still in denial or denying it or whatever. What else happened? Victoria tells Eli Donald closeted or whatever. What else she said before that? Oh, they was talking about Priscilla. He was saying basically, he don't think that she can really do it or whatever. But, Hunter gonna go for anything in a skirt. True that. What'd I say? True that. I'm surprised he ain't asked for no doggone substances yet. And I said, Victoria one of them people that just like mess or something. Because they was just sitting there or whatever. And she was like, basically revealed that one, Donald is closeted. He's sleeping with Cal. Talking about something, you don't have a problem with him sleeping with an agent and all this stuff. Just started talking about it. And then went back to it. They changed the subject. She came back to it or whatever. Then they told her to get up out of there. But yeah, so Eli basically said he don't care as long as it don't interfere with his work and stuff like that. I said, let me find out Donald and Eli gonna team up. Let me find out. But yeah, Victoria leaves out and she walks past Bobby and Max. She turns around, she goes up to Bobby and she sniffs him, she smells him or whatever. And I was like, yep, busted. And Max just looking or whatever. So she ends up telling him to come with her or whatever. And he wouldn't at first. And I was like, she still ain't, I thought they wasn't listening to her at first. I thought they said, she's no longer, her and Hunter no longer in charge or whatever. But yeah. So, look like on next week's episode, she's sniffing at him again and saying, basically she could smell Simone all over him. And what was she the one or was Max the one that said next time I had the sense enough to take your clothes off so a scent won't be all over you? And the last part, the scene I had seen where Sam was busting into a house. He was busting into Nancy and Richard's house. And he hearing somebody, you could hear them having sex or whatever. So he goes upstairs with his weapon or whatever, he busts in. Nancy and Richard Daddy. That's what it looked like. It looked like Richard Daddy or whatever. It looked like on next week's episode, he telling her that she's drunk or something like that. And what he said, what she said, I'm getting what I've been missing or something like that. I said, this would get you in trouble in the first place. I said, shut up. And like I said, somebody had already uploaded. They dropping a whole bunch of sneak peeks. Y'all see that? They don't know when to stop. Now we've been waiting on the sneak peeks. Now they don't know when the doggone stop. I mean, the Oval. Sisters, Zatima, what else? Did they do all the Queen's Men? I don't know. But yeah, I said now at first, look, at first they ain't want to drop nothing. Now they can't stop dropping stuff. But yeah, like I said, they had already dropped the sneak peek showing that Richard was gonna be into it with Nancy or whatever, and Dale and them gonna be trying to pull him off for her, and they can't or whatever. I forgot, how did they end up pulling him off? I think Sharon ends up interfering, so she's supposed to be back, y'all. But yeah, that's all the things that happen. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next video. Until next time, this is Have Girls Tonight. Be safe.